What's up, y'all? The season 2 character pass dropped and revealed everybody in it, and oh my goodness, it's Callie! I was right. From what I've seen so far, not a lot of people are really happy about it. But me personally, this is like I was basically 50% correct on some of this, not on the exact prediction part, but more on like, if they were to switch the character with somebody else, they would do this character bit. Actually, more like 75%. Okay, so they didn't really show anything new, really. The Kanan stage has a lot better visual part, to say the least, and then that was like his win animation. Nobody ever sees those. I believe they showed an alt skill. Yeah, that will like wall bounce. I don't think they really showed that in his original gameplay trailer. But at this moment, when they announced the characters, when I saw this, I was like, oh my goodness, is that who I think it is? This, okay, I could see. Let me just show the second character first. Galleon, the first one. And then Wellness being the second one. 2 of the 6 dragons as DLC. That is something I would have never expected. 2 of them, like 2 characters in an organization in a season pass, was not something I expected. Because yes, in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus we had Seox and Onrey like right next to each other, so this has been seen before off of just like, oh, what could they have done this season? But just seeing that they also didn't add Zeophon to this DLC is insane. What I was getting at was Wellness, second most popular dragon. But like I said in my previous video, I don't really care if y'all haven't seen it, but what I said was that this character is huge. He is going to beat out Lediva in this game by 9 centimeters, I believe. Which, when you think about it, I believe is like 3 inches, 3 or 4 inches, something like that. But that is still an insanely tall character, and we don't know how, like, what stance he's going to be taking on in this, like, has his idle animation, or like what he's going to be doing. But like, just from these like concept art right here, he is kind of going, like, just off of like speculation, he's kind of going to have bent knees a bit. So I don't think he's going to be like standing up straight like Versusia level height. So he's kind of gonna have sort of a Lediva posture, which makes sense. Like, I believe this dude most likely will have 18,000 HP, which is something we kind of needed because there's only 2 characters in this game with 18,000 HP. And then this sort of fireball move he has, all I could give off is speculation, but like, bro, flame carpet. There has to be some sort of flame carpet mechanic that he has. He's shooting a fireball at the ground, like down forward. And then like that huge punch, bro. Like, maybe it's gonna have like an unblockable guard crush, but it's really reactable. And then going back to Galleon, because I didn't really see, these really just seem to be taunts or idle animations. That's all I really have to say. And Galleon, now that I'm thinking about it, is a much better choice than Fediel, because she uses a staff and Fediel used her like claws, which, and then right here we have Meg, which is insane, by the way. I've played Grand Blue Fantasy. When I saw this character, I've seen this character before, but I didn't really take into consideration who this character was. I wasn't really interested in the character, but seeing this design, like a shark hand and a dagger, is a pretty good character design from just what I'm seeing off this, because also there's genuinely like no saying if the moves on the right are going to be actual moves, but I'm positive that they didn't just put these like concept art images here for nothing. I get the whole Steam policy thing where you have to show all the DLC now, because we're going to be waiting for these characters for so long, so I guess they just put these here so they can have us like speculate on what the characters will be doing. And just like these 2 images we have here, apart from like the expression charts, they really do say a lot of what this character is gonna do, really. Off the sketch they have right here, she doesn't really have the shark arm. I genuinely know nothing about this character, but just the fact that she uses like the shark arm and just the dagger is a quite unique weapon choice compared to somebody like Eliza, which is just a fire character that kicks. Popular character, yes, because I do recall people requesting her, but I really wouldn't have expected them to add this character, like if I were to just speculate. Because yes, I would say gameplay wise, just off of like an idea, I would say Meg would be better than Seofon. But then again, it's Seofon. But what I can really just guess is that they're going to pull a versus, and maybe at the end of the story they're gonna show a teaser of him, or they're... I'm just coping, bro. Like, I can't imagine Rising without Seofon, really. Like, bro, I met the English voice actor. I am on copium, okay? Like, I need him in this game. And then it was no shock to anybody else. It was Ilsa. This right here, that 100% is a taunt. Like, if you've seen the taunt, bro, that's... there's no way that isn't a taunt. The top right has to be like far medium, far heavy. Maybe... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that might be like one of her auto attacks. I'm just trying to make the most of what we have because we really just got 4 images. But yeah, it's Ilsa. Definitely predicted somewhat. I don't want to say 75% of this. I did say video, most likely. Actually, I said one of the 6 dragons. I didn't say which one. But I did say one of them. So it was more like 55. I'll say like 55%. Now that I understand side games, bro, they're not gonna add another Harvin, bro. I was just coping with the Yodarha part. But then right here they show all the DLC costumes. Which they haven't really elaborated upon further at all. Also, I forgot to mention that. Bros, this is gonna be the, I believe it's gonna be the Battle Pass, avatar. I believe Ewiar is the cat's name. Hey, I mean, it makes sense to make this loser a lobby avatar. But then after that, we really got like no other gameplay, which they're 100% going to be saving for, what is it, like a week until now, I believe? Overall, I'm not really upset that my favorite character in Granblue Fantasy isn't in this season, but I'm happy we didn't really get Wamdus. And realistically, I wouldn't really want a Harvin in this season, but I was just like predicting what it would be. But overall, I see people sort of disliking this because what I understand from people trying to see where they're coming from, a lot of the characters they see from, like, because they play Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising as their first game, a lot of these characters, apart from Sandalphon and Ilsa, they have zero idea who these are. So just seeing Willness, a lot of people I've seen, like, so far really like the design. Meg sort of seems like it's a kind of like 50-50 for me for Meg. Galleon, if they don't have it at a video color, bro, I'm gonna quit the game. I'm modding it in, bro. Galleon, I would say, is roughly 7 to 6 out of like 10 off of like what I've seen for people so far. But they really just don't understand the characters is what I understand. And a lot of people say they want like Rakam, bro, Arthur, like basically any character that has roughly been mentioned even in the slightest extent they want in the game, or just like anybody that really has a great design. I already know so many people wanted Nicholas in the game just from the Robomi mini game. All of these characters, off of just like imagining their gameplay, show so much uniqueness to them, apart from Sandalphon, bro. But like, he's a Shoto with 4 different stances, 5. They really could turn all these characters into basic, boring Shotos. I really don't think they will. Just comparing like who they could have added, like my predictions. Yodarha, like I said, I'm still coping, but bro, I really think they're gonna add Seofon to the game. He kind of would be pretty basic just to imagine him. Because when you come to think of it, there's only so many ways you can swing a sword. And there's only so many different ways you can make that sword swing feel unique to the other characters. But yeah, overall, I believe I would rate the season an 8 out of 10. The only downsides I would have is just, I really wanted a character that was gonna be like thrown in like, oh, I wasn't expecting this, which was 100% Meg. But I really just never knew this character until before reacting to it. I was like, who is this? The 2 points that were getting deducted was obviously not knowing Meg, but you could argue that it's just me being stupid. And then just to cry, like Siofon and Feo not being in the season. But overall, like like this could have genuinely been a terrible season, and I'm definitely excited to play more of this game and make content for it, guys. I'm gonna be playing all of these characters, that's for sure. Okay, Vayne, Beatrix, and Vicologist for me off of when they were first announced. I never played Grand Blue Fantasy, so I never understood them, but I really thought their character designs were really boring, and Vicolo was just like the cute character. Like, I don't really like cute things, but Vicala has become my most played DLC character. So like maybe I'll end up hating all of these characters, but in the end, I'm definitely going to be enjoying this, that's for sure. So if you enjoyed this or would just like to give your opinion, please tell me. I am open ears, unless your opinion is a very unreasonable opinion. And with that, don't like or subscribe.